Romello, how much contact did you had with the 49ers before? Is this a surprise to you or?
No, sir, it's not a surprise. I kind of felt it, and man, I just had that. I've been having that feeling all week that it was going to be the 49ers, and I was telling my agent the whole time that it was going to either be the Colts or the Niners, and man, thank God that it was the Niners.
Why were you so certain the Niners are one of the teams? What about them?
I It's crazy. I had a dream about it. I had a dream about it, and it wasn't like exactly the Niners, but it was the Niners colors. And man, look at God.
What were your conversations like pre-draft with Niners?
Man, we talked at the combine, and that was it up until the 30 visit. And man, I got up with Coach KJ, and man, he was just telling me about the scheme and how they'll use me, and man, it was a great feeling. Like I just felt it, man. After that 30 visit, I felt that was my home.
Romello, if you don't mind kind of explaining, what does it do for you to know this is a really uncertain time when you guys are going through the draft process? You have a dream and you're sure that you'll come to the team that actually ends up drafting you. How does it kind of help you to even maybe already settle into being here with the 49ers?
Can you repeat that, please? You broke up a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I was just saying, obviously, this is an uncertain time for everyone going through the draft process. And then you have a dream that you will end up with the 49ers. How does it kind of make you
Mhm.
even more certain that you are where you feel like you're supposed to be now stepping into the next stage of your career?
Man, it's just like everything happened for a reason, and it was, and man, I was expecting to go a little earlier, but I was just thinking like, man, God got me. Like, He gonna put me in a place that I need to be in, and we're gonna thrive. And man, it's a huge, like I said, it's a huge blessing that I'm with the Niners because man, we finna go win. We finna go win Super Bowls.
Hey, Romello, the Niners often emphasize the first step get off for their defensive ends. Can you describe just how that's come along for you over the last 6 years in college?
Man, to get off just it was key to my game, and it was like something I emphasized when trying to perfect my craft. Whenever I'm hitting the lab, it started with my get off. Every drill was a get off drill. It started with get offs, and even with my position coach at my previous school at Texas Tech, everything started with get off. And even at the school before that, Georgia Tech, it was everything started with get off, and the get off is the key to pass rush. You gotta have a great get off. So, I just emphasize that and continue to work on it. And I ain't gonna say I perfected it, but it became a huge deal when I continue to work on it.
I'm sure you know.
How familiar are you with Raheem Morris and how he's used guys like you that fit your description at previous stops?
Yeah, so we talked about it on the 30 visit, and man, how he gonna use how I feel like he's gonna use me is a good way because I feel like I can move around and I'm a little versatile. So I feel like I could play the mic. I can go to outside linebacker. I can go to true stand up humbly. But I feel like he's gonna use me in a great way.
Do you look at Javon Walker with the Falcons, Byron Young with the Rams? I mean, are those good sort of comparisons to what you'll be doing in this defense?
I'm not sure what the Rams do defensively, like scheme wise, but I see that they use Young in many different ways. So yeah, probably.
Romello, I just want to clarify, it was KJ Wright who you met with?
Yes, sir. Man, that's a great coach. That's a great coach. I felt his energy. Like, man, we're gonna do some special things together.
I'm sure you've heard the stick out like a sore thumb stat for the 49ers was 20 sacks. And you're coming in as a guy that can play the edge. Can you help them with that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Humbly, I will be able to help them with that.
And how familiar are you with Nick Bosa and what he does on the field?
Man, Nick Bosa is a beast, and I can't wait to play on the other side of him, or whether it's right beside him or behind him. I can't wait to play with Nick Bosa. We're gonna wreak havoc.
How did it help you playing opposite David Bailey this past season?
Man, playing opposite of David Bailey was a huge privilege because man, that's a great athlete, and man, he worked his tail off, and man, he deserved everything that came his way. Man, David was a great, even better person, and man, he lived in the building. He continued to work day to day. First one in the building, last one out of the building. That's what I said about David. And man, David is a great athlete.
Did all your different stops help you think, with being able to come in and now come to another stop and assimilate a new defense?
Yes, sir. I feel like I played in many different defensive schemes, and I feel like this well, what we talked about, I feel like this is the perfect scheme for my ability, my skill set.
Romello, do you feel like you're already at the playing weight you want to be at, or do you see yourself putting on some pounds?
No, sir. I see myself putting on some pounds.
Romello, you talked about how you had a dream that you got drafted by the Red and Gold, but what was like your process before that? Did you do like a lot of praying? Was there somewhere that you wanted to end up, or were you just gonna let you know God work itself out?
I was just gonna let God work it out. I just put it in God's hands. You know, man, it's nothing bigger than God, and He's my Lord and Savior. And man, He changed. Like when I actually, started praying to God and getting on my knees more, He opened so many doors for me. And man, that's all I did. I got on my knees and prayed and just prayed. I prayed throughout the day, and man, it happened.
And now that you kind of opened this door into this point of your career, what do you expect to be like the biggest impact that you make starting out here as you grow with the program?
The biggest, I haven't really thought about that. I just want to contribute how I can contribute. Like, I just want to bring energy to the building. I want to bring, I want to bring that natural energy to the building. I want to make plays. But that's gonna come with work. So I got to work when I hit the building, and nothing is gonna come easy. And I know I got to put in a lot of work to, go in and actually, work my way to that starting job.
What's the key to beating pass blockers that may outweigh you by 80 pounds in the NFL?
Speed and playing chess, playing with the tackle's mind. Got to switch the game up. He got some type of advantage on you. You got to play with his mind, and you got to switch the game up and get him uncomfortable.
Romello, what team did you follow when you were growing up, and who do you watch when you look at the NFL film?
Broncos, because man, Demarius Thomas, that's my cousin. And he from out of Dexter, Georgia, and went to West Lawrence, and man, he was a huge idol to me, and I looked up to him like no other. And he the reason I feel like he was role in my success in my career.
Romello, are you able to kind of go into a little bit of detail as to what the conversation was between you and Coach KJ that kind of helped you to really feel like you were connected to him as a coach?
Man,
I think we're losing your connection.
and this for two.
Oh, Romello, do me a favor. Can you
Yeah,
start
yeah,
off?
Coach.
Lost your connection.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear
yeah, we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hear you
So,
now.
so Coach KJ, man, he brought, when they brought me in, he told me straight up. He didn't, hold back on nothing. He told me straight up where how they're gonna use me, and how I was gonna be used in the scheme. And man, I just felt it. Like I said, like I felt Coach energy. It was a natural attitude. It wasn't such a trying to be, like he wasn't trying to scare me or anything. He just told me how it was gonna go, and I just felt it. I was like, man, I'm ready to work with this guy.
Romello,
Last one, guys. Go ahead.
you guys played Utah this past or last year twice. They had two first round picks in Fanu and Lamu yesterday. How do you feel just going against those guys and tackles and guards in the Big 12 or will prepare you for the next level?
Yeah, I feel like, man, Spencer Fano was one of my toughest challenges this year. Man, he's a great athlete, and you can tell his film study is wonderful because of how he come and approach the game. And he switched it up. Like he showed me things that I didn't see on film when I played him. So I feel like playing against guys like Spencer Fano, prepared me well for the league because man, he's gonna be super special when he gets to the league.